What's up, y'all? Today we're gonna go over 3 ways to up your photography. Whether you're a middle schooler taking pictures on your iPhone, or if you're a professional using a DSLR, these are 3 tips that you can use at any level of photography. Tip number 1, lighting matters. Lighting matters. I know this can sound obvious, but it's true. Lighting is one of the most important parts, if not the most important part of photography. And it can get pretty intimidating, but it's nothing to be afraid of. And so if you're inside, try to find a window. Windows are great sources of natural light, which has a flattering color temperature. Whether you're shooting product, a person, or whatever it be, if you're inside and you don't have professional grade lighting, try to find a window, and that's your best bet. But what do you do if you're outside in the middle of the day? Great question. Whether you're sitting under a tree, or you're beside a big building, or you find a parking garage, just try to find some shade. Being in the shade will diffuse light, and so that makes it more of an even tone across the subject. Finding shade can be important because if you're just outside in the middle of the day and you try to take pictures, most of the time the light is going to be too harsh to be able to get a solid photo. Many times it will either be overexposed, or it'll probably wash out a lot of the colors and you won't be able to get the good detailed colors that you're trying to capture in the picture. But the last thing I want to say about light is get creative. Break the rule. Break it in a different way. Use light as a tool to be able to make and play around and create something that you see fit. Me and my buddy Trevor were out shooting the other day, and we were trying to find different ways to be able to apply this technique. And while we were at a parking garage, I was able to find a little area that was partly really harshly shaded and part was just like super shadowy. As you can see, light is like harshly across half of my face, and then also the bottom part is shaded. So just know that all of these rules are great to know, but sometimes even better to break. Tip number 2, shoot through. One quick way of making a picture more interesting is shooting through something. This just means that one object is closer in the frame than something else, and it allows it to just be a little bit blurry to give you more of a depth of field or more of a dynamic photo. Here's another example from whenever me and Trevor were out. So as you can see, this isn't a bad picture per se, but there really isn't much to it. But when you put your subject back into the tree, it gives you a cool effect of a different depth of field with some of the branches feeling closer to you than Trevor is. You can do this with so many things. If you're in a city, you can use railing. If you're in the outdoors, you can shoot through a tree. Here's an example of me in the Grand Canyon where we were able to frame up the picture and kind of shoot through a tree. And if you're at a concert, you can shoot through fans. People's hands up in the air, different stuff like that. Just having that perspective and that depth of field allows your picture to really look a lot more dynamic. Third and final tip is that angles are important. Do you ever take a photo and then later on look at it and be like, dang, I really don't look good in that picture? Chances are, and I would bet money, that it was probably a bad angle. We all know and kind of hate but love that little Snapchat angle where it's in your lap and you're just poking at it and looking up, and that's another way of showing that angles are important. When you're out and you're taking pictures, make sure that you take more than just one angle. Take a picture, look at it, think about it for a few seconds, and then maybe just scoot a little bit to the right or scoot a little bit to the left and try to take it again. Just try to think about what would make this picture look a little bit better. Lastly, one of the cool things about working with a person as your subject is you can use them to move and distort and to look up and to look down and change their angles so that your angles could be different as well. And so that could be played out through someone lifting their head a little bit higher or someone putting their head a little bit lower, distancing out the stance in their feet. It could be so many different things. As you can see, the options are limitless. So while you're out taking pictures next time, take it up a little bit, put it lower in your waist. You'll thank me whenever you're home and you're not bummed that you only got one shot. And that's it. Those are the 3 tips to up your photography. Let me know what you all think in the comment section about these tips, or if you want me to make a little bit more, whether it's different tips or if it's just camera basics, you all let me know. Go ahead and tap that thumbs up, smack that subscribe button, because more videos like this are already coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all real soon. Peace.